Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Soulful Connection. And today I'm here, Irina Pridnova, with my co-host, Coach L. And we continue our topics about love and relationships. And today we are going to be talking about are you ready to date? So let's just dive in. It's a great topic, right? It brings like good excitement and fun emotions, but I guess not for everybody these feelings, right? So can you please shed some light?
Yes. Hello, everybody. So happy to be here. So I put this episode to, I guess we put this episode together to make sure that before you start dating and go to a new adventure, first of all, ask yourself and be really honest to yourself that, am I ready to date? A lot of times the people jump into a new relationship right after when they finished or the last one that didn't work, or they come out of it, or both didn't want to be in the relationship. But the key is to actually make sure that you're ready, and the past relationships or the past interaction, you don't bring those past experiences to a new one. So in that case, you have to be clear if you're ready. So that's why we wanted to kind of jump into that, talk about that today.
That's beautiful. And I totally agree with you because sometimes people think that once they end one connection and they jump into something else, it's going to kind of heal them. But it's like putting the band-aid and then just ripping it off, because if we don't heal before entering a new connection, that thing means that we always going to be triggered. We are not actually ready, because we have to be ready emotionally, mentally, psychologically, physically for that new relationship.
Exactly. And you know what? I invite you, or whoever wants to get in a relationship, to look at, we all know what we don't want. A lot of times it's interesting. People know what they don't want, but they don't know what they want. I mean, deeply understanding what their needs are, what they're looking for in a relationship. Do you want somebody that is kind, honest? So I invite you to just kind of journal on that and see, these are the qualities that I want, the values that I want in my partner, and do I have it? So maybe that would be a better exercise to do before we get into a new relationship, to understand exactly what we want, what our needs are. We talked about this last week. What is the non-negotiable values that we are looking for? So that would be something that to look at before you jump into a new relationship after a breakup or any kind of interaction that didn't work in the past.
Yeah, that's a beautiful advice. And also, what comes for me, it's important to set the intentions, right? When you enter again the dating field, just put the intention. What exactly do you want with that relationship? Because believe it or not, people just go into the dating without understanding why are they even involved in that, right? So make it more clear. Is it just for fun, just to have your physical needs meet? Maybe you want to connect emotionally, or you are looking for that serious relationship where you want to connect to somebody on a deeper level and eventually have that partner for life. So it's always good to know exactly what you want from this dating.
Exactly. And then what your intentions are, you're a manifestation coach. The intention brings that kind of that want or a desire to life, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. It just like it directs our energy into the right direction. So we want to make sure that we know exactly what we want so we can attract exactly what we like into our life. And
Yes.
what comes for me also in terms of dating, right? Some people look at it as fun experience, but it also could be very exhausting, especially if you go through all of these dates and like sometimes it feels like, oh, that was a great date, we had the vibe, we had the connection, and then the person doesn't return the phone call, they never show up. And I think after a couple of these failures, people feel defeated and they don't want to continue dating. Like, what would be a good advice?
Yes, yes. So when that incident happens, or they call it when they ghost you, they don't call you back, or they just kind of disappear, understand that actually they're doing you a favor. Because if this is not, if it's going to be this way and they go disappear, come back, all, that in and out of the relationship, or in and out of the dating, I guess, journey, then that's not the person for you, because there has nothing to do with who you are or what you want. It's that person has something that they have to really work on their own for themselves. There may be, there's a fear, there's maybe many other things that they haven't actually cleaned out and understand their past on relationships, and they was not ready to even date, to go on a first date.
That is so important, because a lot of times when this kind of situation happened, people a lot of times blames themselves. They think that something is wrong with me, but in actuality, it's never about you. It's always about another person. Like Coach L said, it's either they have some trauma that they have to actually work through, or they have to heal, or they still have some issues that have to be resolved before they can be ready. Because if the person is not ready, it doesn't matter how gorgeous you could be, how smart you could be, how wife material you could be, right? If they are not ready, it's never going to happen. So always be mindful of that. It's never your fault. It's all about the other person, issues that they are going through, about their life, and just being understanding. And the way I look at it, I just invite you just to have the joy and have fun, right? Don't go with so much expectations, thinking that that first date you're gonna be marrying, right? That person.
Yeah.
Think about it. Okay, let me just have fun. Let us do something that gives us joy, laughter. Just get to know each other. Do something together that you enjoy doing, and just spend time, because the most important thing is to have fun, right? Because you are still getting to know the person. You cannot figure out from the first date if that person is your person. It's still going to take stages to discover, but just have fun and don't have too much of high expectations, so this way you're not going to get disappointed.
Yes, just exactly what you said. Just go to have fun, but understand exactly what you're looking for. A lot of times you can tell with that first interaction if that's the person for you, because you can, based on their behavior, and whatever they say or they react, that the values are different from yours, and then that's okay. So, but sometimes you never know unless you go out on 3, 4, 5 dates to see if that's something that person is compatible with you or not. So it's all different. It's a journey, basically.
It is a journey, and just like enjoy every moment of that, right? Don't get upset, don't get frustrated. Just take it as this. Life is the game, and let's just play it, right?
Yeah.
Life and laugh, it's all the same. What I wanted to ask you, and I think I might address the question of the audience, when we are talking about more mature people who already been through the relationship, and they might be either separated with their partners or went through the divorce, and now obviously they don't feel like they have that time on their hands, right? We assume that the person already healed, right? Because there should be some inner work done before they enter again into the field of dating. But let's say if people are gonna say, "Oh, I just don't have time for going out and dating," what kind of advice would you give to them?
Yes, it's interesting you asked me that question. I had a Zoom call today with a lady, and she said that, I have been by myself for 20 years, and I'm very active, this and that. And I said, okay, so let me ask you a question. Do you think that you work too much, or you work a lot because you don't want to have somebody in your life? You don't opening yourself up to bring another person to your life. And it was interesting that in like her eyes opened up and he looked this way and that way. So she became conscious of her own behavior. I mean, it's okay if at the end you decide that, I'm happy the way it is, I just want to be by myself, I don't want to have any partner. But at the same time, if you're going toward a way that you make yourself too busy with all the stuff that with with the kids, with, I don't know, with work, with everything that it's around you, and you don't leave time to meet your ideal partner, to see exactly what you want, and kind of open yourself up, or I say to my clients to open your heart up, to invite love to your life, then that's a different story. Then you have to think twice about that. On the other hand, there are people who have been in relationships that was not working for them, and now they everything, unless they kind of clean up that past. And I mean, I work with them. It's we call it conscious uncoupling. Even if you're already divorced, even if you're already not in that relationship for a couple of years, but you still have those wounds from the past, then I really invite you to look at it in a way to consciously uncouple from the past relationship or relationships. Then you can open yourself up to a new one that is healthy, that is loving, and it comes from who you are today, not what has happened in the past. So I work with my clients to clean up that past, to really uncouple consciously and open themselves up, so to bring a new love, somebody who is really compatible on the same kind of wavelength as they are and wants the same thing in life.
That's so beautiful. And it's very good to know that there is help there, out there. So the only thing is how open you are, right? If you are open to receive the love into your life, and if you need that extra help just to go through the process of healing, or the process of how can I really attract that ideal partner, we are here for you. Coach Al also knows a lot. So obviously you could just contact us and we will be happy to help you and guide you in the process. And always very, very, very important to remember about the self-love. And I think for that we need like one episode on itself, right? Just
Yes, yes,
about the self-love, because you cannot attract the partner before you know how to love yourself.
exactly. That's the first key also.
Right. So something to leave you with, like Coach Al said, journalize what exactly you want to see in your partner, what kind of purpose you pursue when you're gonna go for the date, what kind of intentions you have in your head, because the more clarity you're gonna bring into the process, the better you're gonna attract the partner that you truly desire.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week. If you have any questions, just drop it in the comment lines, and we'll definitely address them next time.
Thank you
Until
so
then,
much. Bye,
have
everybody.